Hi everyone, this is Rafi and I've been working as German trainer for more than 5 years in flying study overseas. I've trained more than 1000 students and we have a 100% success rate. If you want to know more, you can definitely check out our Google reviews. This session, we are going to learn about Das alphabet. Das alphabet means the alphabet. Okay, before getting into deep down into this alphabet and other concepts, I just want to tell you that German language follows English script. Basically, what is a script? A script is something which a language is written. Okay, so different languages has different scripts like Japanese, Chinese, Russian, etc. So, the way of writing those languages itself will be different. And as I told you before, since German language follows English script, which means what? The written format as well as the speaking pattern is going to be quite similar with English. Okay, so what is going to change here, like from English to German, which is the pronunciations. The words, the letters, the writing that you are going to see will be same like English, but their pronunciations will be different. Okay, so let's get into the content. So as I told you before, Das alphabet means the alphabet, and now I am going to teach you the number of alphabets and the special characters and the pronunciations of them. Okay, let's get started. So today we are going to start with the alphabets, which is there are totally 26 alphabets plus 4 additional characters. So as I told, 26 plus 4, then you will be calculating like, okay, totally 30 alphabets are. No, it's definitely not like that. 26 alphabets, which is separate, same like English, and the 4 additional characters, which is separate. Okay, so let's see the 26 alphabets first, and after which I'll describe you more about the additional characters. Okay, so shall we start with the pronunciations? I want you guys to repeat after me for each and every alphabet's pronunciation, so that you'll be also improvising your pronunciation skill. Okay, let's get started. For A, it is A. What's A? It's A. And for B, it is Bay. For B, it's Bay. C, it's Say. And for D, it is Day. Like how we will pronounce day, D-A-Y, day in English. So D is going to be day. E, it is A. See the similarity? E is getting pronounced like a literal A in English. So E will be pronounced like A. For F, it is same like English, F. For G, it is gay. And for H, it's ha. See, most of the people do this mistake commonly. They'll often confuse with the pronunciations of this ha and a. Since the pronunciation, like whenever they pronounce it to me, my students pronounce it to me, they'll tell like a. See, there's a difference. This is a. This is ha. You have to stress that H word. For I, it is E. See, the pronunciation of I is similar to the English pronunciation E. So I, it's pronounced as E. For J, it is yacht. For K, it is ka. And for L, M, N, O, it is same like English. See, L, M, N, and O. And for P, it is pay. And for Q, it is ku. And for R, it is R. For S, same like English, S. For T, it's te. For U, it's u. For V, it is fau. And for W, it is ve. For X, it's x. For Y, it is upsilon. And for Z is set. Till now, we have seen the pronunciations of these 26 alphabets, and now we are going to move to these additional characters. So as I told you before, there are totally how many additional characters? 4 additional characters. Okay, these are the 4 additional characters I was talking about. So before getting into this, I just want to tell you that not only German has these additional characters, even languages which follows English script like French, Spanish, etc. are also using this kind of additional characters. But why? The basic idea is to identify the language. As I told you before, French is using English script, Spanish is using English script, and even many of those languages, other foreign languages use this English script. Am I right? So then how will you find the difference between those languages and German? With the help of these additional characters. So basically, if you find these additional characters in a language, then obviously you will know that this is what? German language. Okay, let's move into the additional characters. So can you see these 2 dots here? So this 2 dots is basically called as umlaut. Pronounce it after me, umlaut. Okay, and the main thing is the umlauts are used only in A, U and O. You can find umlauts only on these three alphabets. Okay, A, U and O. Many students will have this doubt. Okay sir, instead of using A, U and O, I can also use like A umlaut, U umlaut and O umlaut, right? No, that's not possible. A, O and U are alphabets. Umlauts are additional characters. They both are not at all same. So you may have a doubt, where will I use these umlauts? The only answer is where the language insists you to use that umlauts. Like if a word contains a umlaut with it, then definitely you will have to use the umlaut in that word. So for the rest of the words, you can't replace any alphabet with any umlauts. Okay, so and there are some of the full forms for this umlauts. There's a short form, full form kind for this umlauts. Like if you're going to write A umlaut, then the full form for A umlaut is AE. And for U umlaut, the full form for U umlaut is UE. And for O umlaut, the full form of O umlaut will be OE. So you may ask, why I have to use these full forms? Why I have to use these short forms? So what's the difference between them? So before getting into that, I'll also introduce the additional characters, the other additional character, which is this one. Can you see this additional character? This is like a beta symbol, right? This is called asset. And even as I told you before, these additional characters has a full form, right? Same like that, even for asset, we have a full form which is double S. So now I'll show you some examples and I'll clear you out why we'll have to use this full forms and short forms. Now we are going to see some example. Okay, zum Beispiel means for example. Okay, let's take some examples of the how to utilize the umlauts and the additional characters like asset. Okay, so fünf. Let's take an example word like fünf. Fünf means meaning is number 5, F-I-V-E in English. Okay, so can you see here fünf has umlaut with it. Okay, and I'll give you another example without umlaut. Can you see here zum, which doesn't has an umlaut with it. So many of my online students used to ask this doubt like sir, I couldn't find these additional characters in my laptop, so how will I use these umlauts? So I used to tell them that that's why I taught you the full form for this umlauts, right? If you couldn't write U umlaut, you can write the full form like UE. But instead of them, they used to do like FU and F or something other replacements for umlaut. That is not possible and you can't write like this. As I taught you, you can use umlaut, or if you couldn't find the umlaut character, then you can use it with UE, the full form of this. Same like this, as I told you for U umlaut, it is same for A umlaut as well as O umlaut. Okay, so now let's move on to the asset. So as I told you for umlaut, let's take another example, another word for asset, Straße. Straße has asset in it, and the way is you have to memorize the whole form of the word. Okay, which the exact meaning of Straße is street. Okay, so when you couldn't able to find this asset character, you can write it with double S, but you can't write it with single S because there are a huge difference between an alphabet and an additional character. You can't mix them up or you can't replace one another. Okay, so that's the thing. I hope today you have learned many things about alphabets and the additional characters. See you in the next session. Tada!